Hey everyone, this is going to be a vinyl finds of all kinds. And let's see what we got here. I'm going to tell you right from the beginning, I've got something in this one that's going to be a real important one, a grail. You know the word grail? Something I've been looking for a long time and don't usually see it. And this is in immaculate condition. I've been waiting. I had to pass up on a couple because they weren't in the condition I wanted. And I know what I'm going to do. Leave it as a surprise. You don't know at which point during the video I'm going to tell you it's the grail. Okay? First one here is not the grail. It's the only thing that I got hold of from Record Store Day on Black Friday that just passed. The supplement to the Monkees' great album that's new. The new album, 2016, Good Times. This is a 10-inch record, Good Times Plus, and it's the only thing I really wanted from Record Store Day, although I found out since that there's a Bangles 10-inch early recordings record that I want to get. It's on colored vinyl. I played this already, and you know, it's pretty damn good. You know, it's right up there with the material that is actually on the album, I think. Got 4 tracks here. All of them work for me. I'm pretty happy with them. You know, again, I can't say enough how happy I am that the Monkees were able to get such a really nice record at this stage of their careers. For, you know, at the end, if you will. I mean, they may be making more, but if they never make anything else, this is a great way to go out. Great swan song, if you will. Here's a very unusual album that I picked up cheap. Very unusual for me, that is. Look at that. R.E.M. number 5, Document. R.E.M.'s one of those bands I'm really conflicted about because I like a handful of their songs. Not enough to get all their albums. I haven't ever heard all their albums, you know. I got this because the song I love on here is It's the End of the World as We Know It. And I couldn't agree more with that. And I don't have a smartphone yet. I'm thinking of getting one in the near future. And when I do, if possible, I'd like to have that be my ringtone. It's the end of the world as we know it. It's the end of the world as we know it. I'll just cut off the part when they say, and I feel fine. I don't feel fine about it. You know, hey, I feel fine enjoying the old days is what it is. Okay, let's get this one over with fast. I have this already. Very common album, but it was in such beautiful shape. The Lonely Bull. Herb Alpert in the Tijuana Brass, beautiful condition, in the shrink, minty, minty, minty fresh. It's stereo, not mono. I like this album. Played it, enjoyed it. Okay, I should say at this point, since I started with the Herb Alpert shrink wrap, that a lot of records came into my record store yesterday from a collection of about 500 records at least, and they were in great shape, and they were like all well cared for in shrink wrap. So I'm a shrink wrap fiend, and it's hard to resist when I see an album I even remotely want in the shrink. Here's Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, Southern Accents from 1985. Really like Tom Petty, but as is so common with him and so many people that I like that are not the Beatles, you know, sometimes our greatest hits is really what I got a great 2-disc CD of Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, greatest hits, best tracks, whatever. And a lot of time to me it's just filler on other artists. I'm sorry, I got spoiled by the Beatles that way, you know. Some of you out there know what I mean. I mean, even their most ordinary tracks, the Beatles were good enough, you know. Okay, here's another one. I have this album already. Same thing applies here with, you know, a couple of good tracks, or 3 or 4 good tracks. Tango in the Night, Fleetwood Mac from 1987. In the Shrink, hype sticker. Really nice. I love Stevie Nicks' song on here, 7 Wonders, my favorite track on here. Of course, it's got Big Love. It's got Everywhere. I love Christine McVie. I love her voice. I mean, together, both of them. Stevie Nicks and Christine McVie. How amazing is that? Little Lies is on here. Really, a few good tracks. Let's see what the rest of it is. I have this album, like I say, not as nice as this. Never played the whole thing. Only the tracks that I know. I guess you could call this one an upgrade of sorts. It's the Supremes, my favorite girl group. Where Did Our Love Go? From 1964, I guess. In the shrink wrap. And it's got the stereo on it. I think I have this. I think it's a mono version. I'm not 100% sure. It's no shrink, but I might be able to still keep that because it'll be one will be stereo, one will be mono. All right. Next up. Just for a moment, let's stay in the 1960s. Four Seasons, the second vault of golden hits. And this is a stereo, right? Stereo, yes. In the shrink wrap. In the very loose and ill-fitting shrink wrap. But it came in to the store, so... Okay, this is one I wasn't too sure about. Again, same formula that I'm speaking about. The J. Geils Band, Freeze Frame. Really enjoyable song from 1981. And also has centerfold on it. You know, I like centerfold too, but I'm kind of really overdosed on that song. I just heard it on the radio was it yesterday? Right, yesterday. Anyway, will I ever play the rest of it? I'll just put on freeze frame and centerfold and say goodnight. I don't know. But, you know, I've been promising for a long time to get to those first time spins videos, otherwise known as a vinyl verdict, whatever you want to call it. I mean, I got to really get those spins going. Okay, this is a little dusty. Now, this one is another one I'm torn about. I really like Stevie Nicks. So I picked up this album, which is, I forget the name of it already, The Other Side of the Mirror. It's got the one hit on it. If it was even a hit, I don't know if it was a hit, but I know it was the track that they played, Rooms on Fire. It's okay. It's not, for Stevie Nicks, I don't even think Rooms on Fire is a particularly great song. It's okay, you know. So I don't know. I mean, it's just a nice cover. Come on, that's a really pretty cover. That's a good cover. Stevie Nicks, so happy with so much of her stuff, but gotta start playing some of the other material. Okay, let's go this time with Linda Ronstadt and the Stone Ponies, Evergreen Volume 2. And this is noteworthy because, you want to take a guess why? It's got shrink wrap on it. It also advertises, includes Different Drum featuring Linda Ronstadt. I mean, look at these beautiful women I'm showing. Anyway, take it easy. Don't get carried away, right? Let's just do one more from Linda and the Stone Ponies. Stone Ponies. You sweet thing, you. Okay. I'm getting to the grail, but I think I'm going to want... I got a few more here. Ann-Margret. I mean, I don't know what to say about Ann-Margret. You know, I mean, look at that picture. I know, this is a real, like, cheesecake. This is really like, you know, showing off women. Ooh, I love women. Ooh, you know, kind of thing. But, I don't know. She's interesting to listen to. Cute as hell. Sexy as hell. But, not all her albums that I've heard so far have been winners. Here's one by her again that I really wanted. Because of a song on it. And it says promotionally on the way up, Ann-Margret. It says not for sale, promotional use only. It has a song on here, I Just Don't Understand, which I became familiar with from the Beatles doing it with the BBC sessions. John Lennon sang it on the BBC, and then I heard the Ann-Margret version that they got it from, and that's really good. So that's why I wanted this. But it's got other decent songs on here. It's got Heartbreak Hotel on it, and it's also got her doing Fever. But I heard her version of Fever on here, and not too good. I would expect it to be sexy and kind of like the Peggy Lee song, but the arrangement is just not what I thought. All right, folks. The moment's here, the grail. Here's an album that I waited for forever in this kind of condition. I had to pass it on it a few times. Would I ever find this in minty condition with the shrink wrap? Ta-da, I found it. Full Moon Fever, Tom Petty. I don't understand. They say this is a Tom Petty solo album. Got the hype sticker talking about it. This one has a Tower Records sticker too. Original Tower Records, which is cool. Tower's no longer here, unfortunately. But is this really solo Tom Petty? It's got Mike Campbell on it. It's got he's in the Heartbreakers, isn't he? I mean, what's solo about it? I don't know. Tell me. There's some other people on here, of course. You got Jim Keltner, George Harrison. You know, I was playing this again. Every song on here just about is a winner. This is a rarity for me. Unlike the other albums I mentioned, when I said some other albums have 1 or 2, 3 songs on it and the rest the filler, to me, almost every song on here is a winner. The only thing to say, and it's, if you want to be critical, and this is in mint condition too, this in a sleeve, the only thing you want to say about it is it's played out. I mean, how many times do you hear Free Fallin', I Won't Back Down, Running Down a Dream? Those 3 songs are all over the radio. Anyway, beautiful shape, and I paid a good price for this because this thing went for some ridiculous 3-figure prices that I've seen online. I didn't get it for a 3-figure price. It was a 2-figure price, and not very high at that. So that's all I'll leave it at. I don't like really discussing prices too much. Very good deal. And that's my grail, everybody. Thanks, everybody, for watching. I held out on this for a long time. I had one that didn't have shrink and the corner was bent. I almost bought it several months ago. Have a good day, everybody, or night.